Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rising World. Today we're working on details. So first off, get rid of some of that stuff. I don't need to have all of that out with us today. So we're going to start on the house. And yeah, it's really just fine detail day. It's time to get furniture in. It's time to, well, we're going to think about some trim. We're going to think about that. Have all the rooms finished. Have doors, windows, all that good fun basic stuff. So now, that cow is still there. I like how they can get themselves into places, but they can't get themselves back out. So we'll come up on our porch here. There's a chicken on our porch. And what happened there? I don't remember that being gone. That's odd. Here we go. Stop spinning. The spinning thing irritates me. Yeah. Other weirdness. That's really weird. I don't know why that post was just gone. Very, very strange. Okay. All right. That's another thing. Like, the animals that will just fall out of the sky when you spawn in, they just die immediately. I wish they wouldn't do that. All right. But anyhow, regardless. Real quick. Let's start. Stairs too, and I haven't figured out what I want that to look like quite yet. So let's start with the bathrooms. Some of this, of course, the bathroom, it's fairly plain and simple. Assuming I can remember. There we go. Bathroom. It says it. Wow. We really just have one type of toilet paper holder. Bathroom sink, we have some differences here between the two, and it's really, let's take the side view here. We have the covered version or the uncovered version. Now, I'm going to go with the uncovered version because I want to actually make like bathroom counters. Nice ones. I'm not sure that really fits. Yeah, I don't think that fits. We're not going to do that right now. So we've got our primary pieces there. And I'm going to, let's see. That's nice. Fine. Laptop being an idiot. There we go. My laptop was just being, it was saying offline. Thing. That's probably my fault. I probably inadvertently hit something that I didn't need to as I was bouncing back and forth between computers. But, all right. Let's see here. Back up and think about our placement here. The other thing to think about is that I want showers might not be very realistic for the overall time period. So it might just be a bathtub. So we might do those, but those are going to have to be custom made because, you know, there are no bathtubs in Rising World. Now, in terms of spacing, because I'm going to use planks and beams for the counters. So I can kind of put the sinks wherever I want. not too bad if I enable the grid and lock it in. And if I put, no, I think this is just going to be, this should just be 1. But maybe put it over a bit further. Check that one out. There we go. And then the tub is going to be down here. So we'll put the toilet right about there. First your toilet holder. There. Okay. So we're kind of going to do this in pieces. So kind of run around, do all the bathrooms, and then come back, do the bedrooms, and so on. Now, this room, here's where sinks are going to be. And that's probably right. Like that, because this is the master bathroom, so we're going to have the double sinks in here. Now, you don't really want to open the door and immediately set it over a little bit. Out. And then we'll put the tub in right there in just a little bit. Now, have the upstairs bathroom, and that would be this one, right? I think so. Definitely not the corner one. Definitely not the corner one. Kind of either one. Yeah. One. This will be the bathroom. And toilet down first. Now, I'm going to say I'd like to have it against an exterior wall, but probably not going to work out quite so well. That can go there. Sink over here. There. Okay. So that was pretty quick and simple. Takes care of those. Next up, after I have a sip of coffee. Coffee is a wonderful thing. Now, if you do the tubs correctly, you can actually have water in them. So, this is our block bench. That looks like a good tub texture, right? Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Now the problem with this is the way that you're doing this is that it's going to be really big. Yes, they are big bathrooms. And part of it is to accommodate a tub. Because you have to do, if you want to have water in the tub, you have to do it out of blocks. So you're kind of stuck in some regards. All right. In the corner here. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. It would really be nice if there was kind of a feature to craft tubs and showers. That'd be great. But until we get that, if we do, I don't know. Not like that's a confirmed thing. We'll be doing it this way. Now, because we already have blocks on the bottom, I really don't need to recreate blocks for that. So, what I can do is this. Let's see. 5. So, say wood plank. I really just need one because we're in creative mode. 5. There we go. Now, there we go. Now I have a wooden plank that I can put in. It won't reach the whole way. That's a shame. Would have been cool if it did. But sink this in just a little bit. I want it to pretty much merge with the edges so that it's can't see. Not actually part of the tub. And there we go. Now comes the tricky part. All right. We're gonna see. I don't remember if I have to have blocks around the outside or not. Nope. Yes, I do. Because of that. Okay. Except that on that side it doesn't. Try this differently. It over enough. There we go. Now the trick is, does it still look like there's water in the tub? Yes, it does. Okay. All right, perfect. Hold on to our plank. We're going to need him again. Now, back to our saw bench. Way to do this. Problem is, since there's limitations on how small you can make certain things, you have to kind of think about exactly what you want things to look like and in advance. Ooh, I think I might just do that. All right. We're going to try this. Now, of course, going into the edge here. And I'm not going to bother trying to kind of like coat the wall around it, just because it's just a tub, it's not a shower. I don't think it's that important to have the sides be tiled like that. So, all right. Interesting. I can never end up with these looking quite the way that I want them to. But they do get close at least, so kind of a instance where we're just going to accept it. That right in the middle, freeze it, then come down. Need order though. There we go. Yeah, right, just if it's actually a shower. So now we need our knobs. And make that any smaller. So, I want to do that if I can't make it smaller. have to be a bit longer. We're going to experiment here. That. Got a little bit shorter. Not quite that short. That right control is really handy. That. Top. I think that works. I think that works. Really good, because I really don't happen to have another idea about how to make that work right now. There we go. Now we'll go down. Really fun part is recreating this on the rest of them. There. Okay. Perfect. Actually, we're just get ourselves a little bit more precision. I find that changing that just gives you that little bit of extra control that helps a lot. That doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Now, I feel like the edges on the tub are a little too sharp. So we're going to do that aside. All right, again, these are 55. So it helps if you spell correctly. Go with wooden beam 1, 5. Go. Now, quite that thick. About the right length. That's better. Yeah, that's better, because that gives just that extra little bit. I'll rotate around. Not be able to. No, I can't. Okay. We'll shorten it. There. My light on for overpowering to turn the light on when you're already in rooms that have kind of light. But sometimes it's helpful when you're trying to build something. I don't really like that tiny little kind of lip there. So let's see if we can fill that in. How much of a lip, though? Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, no. Nope, that won't work. It's gonna be too big. All right, I'm just gonna have to live with that little bit of a edge on the tub. But that gives it a little bit more dimension, because it's really unrealistic to just have that sharp edge there. Yeah, it's helpful to be able to see what you're doing. It is. All right, now for the sink. Do I want the sink to match the tub? Kind of. Kind of. So we're going to keep that plank. And Let's look at, because the top, like the countertop of the sink, basically, I'll have that match the tub, but then I want something different to go to be like kind of the sides of the cabinet. That's a really nice wood. I like it. 87. We're gonna go with that. Right past it. Yep, there we go. Okay. Up there. All right, we're gonna start with this. I'm gonna determine where our countertop is going to come. So, it should come out from the sink a little bit. That there. Centered in the countertop. Looks about central. Go down. Now, so, not going to be able to do it exactly like that, because if I bring it down far enough, I wasn't thinking about inside the sink. Have to do, this comes out about the middle of that block there. Shorten that up. Can it be helpful in this situation? Possibly, because if your countertop's right about there, and no, not gonna work, and we're gonna need light back. About that. No, I don't think the grid's gonna be helpful in this situation. The counter. Yeah, no, this one's, well, the countertop is gonna be marble, matching the tub. So, maybe we won't have it coming out past the sink. We'll do that. Can we see that through there? No, we can't. All right, that's good. Close that door. My way. All right. That on that side. Here. Thing. Kind of just below the edge of the sink here. That in there. Okay. Yeah, it's close enough. We're gonna call it good. Now we'll do bottom here. Yes, fancy marble. Right. Length. Height, I should say. So, change my mind. I'm going to do the sides first. Have a good measurement here. All right, we're going to have to go with the taller one. And adjust it. That in place. Oh. That in. More. Now that's good. A marble house? Well, it would kind of depend on which marble you used, because there's different marble textures. But it would be pretty cool. I'm doing a kind of an extravagant over-the-top build that I'm just doing. I'm not doing a live stream of it. I'm just doing videos and putting them up on my YouTube channel that is utilizing a lot of marble. Okay, there are the sides. Now this should have framing. Close is that? Fairly. Okay. That. That in place. And then that one in. And I'm thinking that I want to have like cabinets. Here. 2 cabinet doors, kind of. Oh, a little bit longer. About like that. Place that look on the edges. See it on the edges. That works. That works. Now, I'm just going to set the other one right on top of it and raise it up. And I think I see it going through the edge on the right side, so I'm going to have to address that. Except that really doesn't work because it's going to come through the sink. Okay. That's as small as it goes. Down. Plus. Go. I like this. Jumping back up onto the tub. Go. Oh. What's up? That's gonna a little bit more. Our framework into place here. Oh, not actually. What of a miracle that it's not. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to our plank here. To be a bit shorter, wider. Bring that down a little bit. About even. Okay. Now we need appropriate looking. That's, well, I shouldn't really say that's the trickier part, because it's actually not. Look. Sometimes I have a hard time telling if it really truly looks even, but I think that does. Out a little bit more. There we go. That looks, yeah. Okay. Now, pull those down, that down. Then, blanks. Spaced out for a moment on what I was looking for. I overslept a little bit this morning, so I'm still running a little bit behind in terms of my morning caffeine consumption. So if I seem a little bit hazy sometimes, that would be why. Okay. Now, there. Don't want them to stick out that much. Okay. Here, and it's hard to, because I'm not using the grid right here, hard to make sure that they're not even, but I think that's pretty close. I think that's good. Okay. You know what? I don't want to use. I don't want. Find the one that I want to use. That. So that is 57. I've discovered that when you're doing this, it is important to keep a pen and a notepad next to you. Because I always have to note the texture that I want when I'm spawning it in. Trying to be somewhat even in our placement. That's even. Yeah, exactly. There's just too many, and some of them are too close together in, like, the textures are too similar for me to really just remember which one is which. So I always just write it down. Okay. I like that. That's not bad. Now, the other thing that this room needs is lighting. We don't have any of that. So let's fix that. And I'm not going to do the modern electric lights. We're going to do these little guys here. Let's see what we have. That. Torches on the walls. I don't quite want to go that far medieval. Alright, so let's have this kind of right over here next to the door. As you would probably want, turn that on as soon as you come into the bathroom. Haha! Colored lighting. I like it. And welcome. Okay. We do one more. One more. So we did that about the middle. Let's one more over here. There we go. Okay. I think that's probably good in terms of lighting. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so, and I think it's dark everywhere else. So let's fix that too. There we go. All right. Go down to our next bathroom. And tub first. And we'll put in a light. And a light. These ones will go a little taller because the bathroom upstairs is intended to be like the kids' bathroom. So you want something that they could get to. Whereas, you know, in here, this is intended to be for adults. Presumably, they can reach it. And that one, right? That line. That's the nice thing about these particular blocks, is that they have these really nice lines that you can use to line things up, which does make life a little bit simpler. Okay. Now let's get the tub put in. Disco bathroom time, yep. Yeah, what I love about this game is how freely creative you can be. Big should we? Well, we don't want to make it too big. That's probably good. That's probably good. We can go overboard in the parents' room. Yeah, master bedroom. I just have to do the one side. That's simpler. Just the one side needs to be kind of corrected. And looks it. Okay. Get it all? Is this long enough? Oh, we can. Hey, all right. There we go. And last but not least, the flooring. Gotta have that flooring, otherwise it doesn't look real. Okay. And so I can do a couple here. A bit wider than that. Okay. Go down, back. One. Extravagant. Nope, that might work. Let's try that again. Actually, try it this way. No, that still doesn't want to. Okay, let's take it out. Yes. Ooh, a hot tub. That gives me an idea. Not for this build, but for another one. I was just saying that I'm working on a build over on YouTube that is basically highly extravagant. So, a lot of over-the-top building, marble, all of that. And that hot tub idea sounds good. Okay, so bigger. I think we're about centered there. Yep, nice fancy hot tub. And it would kind of fit because, I mean, I already did a pool. I have a hot tub too. There we go. That is. Just hit backspace. Sometimes I forget about that. Okay. Light on. No, that doesn't help because you really can't see the little ghost of what you're doing. There we go. Now, okay. And I think we need, yes, yes. Yeah, a little bit longer. That's good. That. somewhat close to me. Kind of. Kind of. Oh, there's one. It does get a little bit more difficult when you're not using the grid, but it's more challenging. Sometimes I like the grid. Sometimes I'm a big fan of using the grid. Other times, like, no, I really want to kind of try and just do this sort of freehand. See what I can get. So far, I like what I'm getting. Hope you guys do too. I like the way that this is working out. Okay. There we are. Now, it's time to add the water. Colored lights in a sauna tub. Smoke-stained glass. Above the lights underwater. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Okay. Okay, there we are. There is our tub, complete with water. Now onto the counter. So there's our countertop. First. Countertop in here should be a little bit bigger. That. A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. This one should probably be a little bit shorter. Side of it. Don't really want it to be overlapping the toilet there. Look. Really weird and ridiculous. Yeah, look approximately the same. Go for it. Ha! Very true. Very true. Why not? Might as well have fun. Okay. Seam on that. I don't want that. Try that again. That. A bit longer. That's better. That is much better. Okay. Now, put our... Come on. Go. In a little bit. Just not too much. Right there. Right there. Perfect. Right there. Okay. I'll do the top supports this time. Let's do here on the bottom. That'll be fine. That. Longer, yeah. Not quite long enough to read. There we go. There we go. Then we'll do the bottoms. Otherwise, it'll drive me crazy. I know you're not going to be able to see them, but it will drive me crazy. Have bottom edging. Nope. And that needs longer. There we are. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do our ports here. Out. There. Yep. We are so lucky that physics is not a thing in this game at this point in time, because I don't know how we do that. I have no idea how we would pull that off. Be one massive challenge though. As I can. And come over. Except yeah, I'm okay with there being a little bit of a lip. Much of one. Right, yep, just like that. Just like that. Boy, that enter key is slide over a little bit. There we go. This side will have to shorten. Ah, there we go. Not really so much, just a little bit. Are good. Down. That. Yeah. Forest. Do you mean the game called The Forest? It's like kind of a horror slash survival game? Is that the one you're talking about? Okay. What? Oh. Yeah. Somebody else, Hansen was mentioning that. And I did look at it briefly. I just haven't actually gotten it yet. To restrict my computer or my game purchases until after I have done some computer upgrades. Oh, I didn't push these in like I did the others. I'm going to go ahead and leave it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it. I just did there. Okay. Oh yeah, I was watching someone doing some let's plays of that, and it's like the plane crashes and you're the only survivor and you're looking for your son. Yeah, that. It does look interesting. But yeah, I'm on a no more game purchases regimen until after computer upgrades are complete. Oh. harder. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. Oh, wow. Perfect. We're getting there. Getting there. I might later come back and do more detailing in the bathrooms, but I guess you could say that today is going to be kind of very broad strokes detailing, because I do want to get something in all the rooms. We have a very empty house right now, and I want to fix that. So I want to get something into all of the rooms. And later on, come back in and some more additional detailing, maybe like cabinets and stuff. Cabinets, some shelving, put a few like bottle looking things on the counters, stuff like that. Can't dig in the ground. Huh. That seems odd. So there's like nothing you can really do with the terrain then. Okay. All right, and another bathroom. Done. Here. On to the last one. Uh-oh. Well, look at that. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you know what? Water in the tubs may not be a thing then. It just may not be a thing. That's okay. It's not like it really has to be. Have an empty tub. It really won't ruin anything. Yeah. Build in small caves. Huh. Well, and I would imagine that building in a smaller cave would be a little bit better, because that'd be a little safer. It's easier to, well, depending on how the game works, but it'd be easier to set up kind of barricades and keep things out. Unless, of course, there's something that spawns inside the cave, in case you're really in trouble. Oh my gosh, it's almost 10 o'clock already. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to, definitely gonna have to kind of come back later and do additional detailing. Kind of wanted to make the little guard post today. I don't think that's gonna quite happen though. Yeah? Good. And our edges. Did one or two? There we go. That one looks straight. about ready to switch out of this keyboard and go back to my big mechanical keyboard. I stopped using the mechanical keyboard because it really very loud when I'm recording or streaming. Definitely significant noise, but I feel like I have a lot more precision and control with it than I do membrane. Okay, now on the top. Huh. I don't know why I didn't like that mess. Weird. That'll do it. That'll do it. Okay. That looks better. Definitely looks better. Do something a little bit different with this one. Not even. There we go. Now it's even. The grid is useful for helping you determine whether or not something is actually level. So that part of it's helpful. Yeah, that's good. Oh. Definitely does look like a it's a more survival oriented game from what I can see. Which it's occurred to me that I probably should actually just start a regular survival world for myself for Rising World because I'm going to forget how to actually play the game. I spend so much time in creative mode. Oh, that really is. Oh, that's right. But lights up. No wonder it's dark. I spend so much time in creative mode that I'm going to forget how to actually keep myself alive. No. Sure. Get a grid line right in between these two. I can. Yep. Perfect. Okay. there. Light. Right over the bathroom sink, where you'd want it. There. Okay. That's much better. Much, much better. Zip lining past them. Yeah. Creative mode is a lot of fun, but there are elements of the traditional survival game that I do kind of miss from time to time. It's not... Creative mode is not as challenging. A lot of fun. Nowhere near as challenging. What? Okay. So, right there. Being able to zoom in is handy too. Really kind of see whether or not I'm lined up correctly. Are? Bit more. Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes a little bit more of a feeling of accomplishment, just because you really did kind of have to work for everything. Of course, on this build, because it's so huge, I was actually doing this in survival mode. Oh, it would take me forever to get this done. Collecting all of these resources, yeah, that would take forever. It is kind of similar to... That's the reason that the kind of over-the-top crazy build that I'm doing that in creative mode too, because so long to gather all the resources, and I want to actually be able to get an episode out without having to spend a solid week on just one episode. There we go. Not perfect, but nobody's going to see it, so I'm going to live with it. Oh, coffee is a wonderful thing. There. Okay. Now, possible, actually going to right height. God, you are. That's phenomenal. Okay. There we go. Oh. Much, much shorter. That, I think. There we are. My way. I wonder, it seems like it's not very light. It's all dark and nasty and cloudy outside. Explains it. Okay. So, slightly wider cabinets on this one, under each sink. Yeah. There. And longer drawer a couple on each side. All right. It really is a shame. I was watching one of Radio Man's videos, and he was talking about how he wished that you could save the individual positioning of a block. So, like, this little thing that I've been using for the handles, it would be really cool if I could kind of save the length of that instead of having to redo it every time. But honestly, there's so much that we can do in this game that goes so far beyond what a lot of other games have. Really try not to complain too often. Like, yes, there are little things that I would like for them to be a little different sometimes. But they're such little things, and overall, the rest of the game is so good. I don't want to complain much. Red 51 has just done an amazing job with this, so, like, yeah, I really don't want to nitpick too much here. I appreciate what we have. Although it would be cool if we could have mirrors. That would be kind of cool. Okay. Alright, so we now have the bathrooms done. Whew, now it's time to move on to the bedrooms. Keep the lights, but I think we're going to use a different post. Different mounting mechanism. Hold on to all that. Just in case. Just in case. So, let's see here. This one. Ooh. I am going to custom build the bed frame in here. So, I'm trying to decide how I want that to look. Actually, first off, what I should do over here. So it's really just going to be that plain white. Bit of a shame. Be nice if we could do something a little different. But I may just do the bunk beds for the kids' rooms. Because that's sort of simple and easy. Yes, the level of customization that you can achieve in this game, just terrific. And I think it's really better than anything else, any other game that I've really seen. I don't think you can get to quite this level of customizing with many other games out there. Partly because it's a lot of work on the developer's end to actually allow us to be able to do this. I think the most other games that you can get this level of customization with, it's through mods and add-ons to the game. It's not kind of, I guess, natively supported like Rising World does. Really cool. I have never played DayZ. Sure, I haven't watched any... Nice, you can see the bridge through the window. I haven't watched any videos with DayZ gameplay, so I'm not sure exactly how close the construction level comes. Alright, now we're going to pick this up in a minute, but use it for quick measurements for these. Not to come there. These mattresses seem really small to me. Yeah, and see, that's another thing is, like, I'm really not into the PvP environment. That's just not something I'm really interested in. So there are quite a few games that I just haven't paid any attention to because it's the player versus player. I'm like, no, that's just not really my thing. I like these games like Rising World. It's a very open sandbox, do whatever you want kind of environment. So there, of course, there are the player versus player servers, but if you don't want to do that, you just don't join the server. Base game itself really isn't like that. Now, I know that we're going to get a little bit more like that when Red puts in one of the things that's planned is pirates, like pirates or bandits, something like that. And then there's been talk, I don't know how accurate it is, but there's been talk of something in the dungeons, like not, I think it's not really underground. I think it's actually in the dungeons themselves that it's planned for. But some kind of something down there, basically. Close to the edge, isn't it? So really, like, I could place the bed halfway through the block. That's not super realistic. That. No. Not quite. Not quite. Okay. Sort of an equal distance in. Oh, that's still gonna keep flickering away, isn't it? It is. Alright. Don't overlap quite as much. That. That. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Next thing. Oh. On. Whoops. Why is it doing that? It's like, oh. I kind of told it to. Good reason. Okay. Probably about as high up as we really go with that. And then there are, I am going to actually use some things just straight from game itself. That's 71. I want log. So I'm not going to do everything completely custom. Because it really does take so long when you do that you have to kind of stop and think about whether or not it's really worth it. And I wasn't thinking about the fact that this matches our walls. So I might try and do something a little bit more decorative with the walls. See if I can have it stand out a little bit more. Works. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna... Okay. Now... I want something at the foot of the bed, but I'm not sure what. The walls are just straight wood blocks. But I can take, like, let's see. Something like this. And come across to kind of break it up a little bit. Just on, like, just on two sides. And there's also, I finally got caught up on all of Radioman's videos for his current season of Rising World, which he's awesome. So if you haven't watched him, you definitely should. But his house, he did trim around all the windows. I was thinking that would be really, really cool to do something like that. Yeah, exactly. Kind of have the bed stand out a little bit more. Which it sort of will in a second here, because... Where are they? There we go. Curtains. This, I would really like to see this fixed, because the curtains are really great, except for the fact that you cannot resize them. You are stuck with whatever color you pick. So, or not color, you're stuck with the size. Really a shame, because I would prefer to be able to resize everything in the game, honestly. I think that would look a lot better. And see, it doesn't want to overlap itself. You have to kind of offset it. I don't think I want to do them on the sides because that's a pain. The curtains, they just don't... It just doesn't cooperate as much as I would like it to. But it's something to add a little bit of detailing to the bed. Now, the other thing that I want to do... Let's do a little bit of trim to the bed itself. I don't want to do that. I have other plans for that. Let's use that. Sure, we'll start on this end. Okay. Think that. Just kind of trying to make it a little bit different. Adding a few details, embellishments. Still have to decide what I want to do down at the foot of the bed. Don't know yet. Yep. Yeah, exactly. But see, okay, you can resize the windows. Why can't you resize the curtains? You would think if you could resize one, you should be able to resize the other. You know? But that's just my thought. Just my thought. Okay. I'll actually go up. We're gonna have to actually. Doesn't go. Oh, that's way too long. That's better. That's better. Yep. One more. And make it a little bit fatter. Yeah, I think that'll look better. Sides here. Careless. Dog coming into. I'm going to actually do it. Yep. Okay. I don't really know for sure how well this will work, but shot, add a little bit of interest, a little bit different to the bed. It does kind of stand out a little bit. Now the corners are going to be difficult. Let's go in, up, up, R. Length. Similar to the other one. Down. Down. Ooh, where's the other? That's the log. Okay. Up here on the bed. Thing that your parents always told you not to do. Down. Don't climb on the bed. God, it's my bed. Okay. Sure. That's gonna kind of interfere with that window. That's okay. I think we'll live with it. I think we're gonna live with it. We're gonna get rid of the grid now. And this up. Let's fix the time too. Get a little bit more light going here. There we go. That's a lot better. Let's tilt the other way. Okay. And I really just want like little accent pieces, basically. Try that on this side first. Again, just kind of trying to, you know, make the thing stand out a little bit more. Place that back in. Don't want these to be very big. Good. Just want to have something that makes it a little bit different. Some extra texturing to it, basically. Probably the best way to think about it. And of course, you know, it's kind of back before everything was done with machines, so this whole thing would have all been done by hand. So any little imperfections are going to be normal. You know, you wouldn't have everything be really, really perfect back in those days. Oh, stop. You are too close to that edge. I don't care. Around to the other side. I can turn my light off now. You can make the windows longer and wider. Yeah, you can do both ways because, like, quick walk for a moment here. So like in the rooms, you'll see they're longer, but then here, that's one whole window. That's as big as I can make the window, and I put the trim around it, as you can see. But that's actually one window that I made longer and wider. And that's, FYI, that's as big as they go. Which is, just cause, let's see here, 7 by 6. So that's as big as your windows will get. And actually, it's not really 7. Well, no, it is, because this half block is set over the top of the frame. So this open area here, that's 7 by 6, that's where the window sits. So you can make those pretty darn big. And I think that red needs to give us the ability to make the curtains just as big. Okay, now around. I thought I already did that. Maybe not. Done it too much. Probably did. Okay, one more. There we go. Okay. Just some random little trim things around the bed. And I think 10:30 already. Alright, so we're about halfway through the stream. So I think I'm going to incorporate some non-custom items. Let's see. That's a nice looking chest. It really is. Oh, that one's even better. That's nice. 12. Grab that. And can I fit 2 of them? Bed? That? Probably not without, like, overlapping. Let's see. Lady De Winter, hi. Welcome. I can fit 2 of them. Okay. That looks good. Keep that. Oh, we have to decide on window trim. But you know what? No, we don't. Because we're just going to have it... Wrong way. Wrong drop down. There we go. We're just going to have it match what we've already done. So... Too far. Yep, there we go. Okay. This down. Ooh, we have a very busy inventory at the moment. So, let's get rid of that. Wow, is this actually exactly the right width? It is. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Really not going to cooperate to a great extent with this. So, no, it's not perfectly even either. That. There we go. All right. Now, let's try this. Kind of comes right to the edge of the lower part of our wall. Make it a little bit bigger. That'll kind of go out on both sides. It should come down a little bit. I have not tried that. I keep meaning to watch your videos on that. I actually just recently finished or got completely caught up on Rising. Wow. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. On Radio Man's videos of his current series of Rising World. So, that's where the idea for doing the window trim came from, is the house that he built this time. That looks really cool the way he did all the trim. So, that's something that I want to do. That just looks great. That just really overlaps it by the tiniest bit. More. There we go. Another window over here. And then I do want to take a look and see how the curtains will work with these windows in here. Not sure. I have mixed feelings about the curtains. Very mixed feelings. Let's do curtains. Let's do the white ones. How that works. They work. So we can use those on some of the windows, as long as they're not wider. I did make some of the windows wider, so basically not all rooms are going to actually get to have curtains. Kind of how that's going to go. I'm going to do all the trim right now because there's other things that I want to get done today. So let's see. I want to have some seating in here. And I'm going to stick with, yeah, I think in this room we're going to stick with white as the primary accent color here. That's just funny. That's just funny. This reminds me of like a college student's bookshelf right here. That is what that reminds me of. So, yeah, no, I don't want the modern one either. This one. That's a very nice color. But I think that's going to look a little too close to our walls. That won't. So ID 8. 2. 12. Have a 12? No, we don't. I think 8 is the 12. Alright, so let's see. I kind of want to leave that area blank. Might do maybe try and do a walk-in closet over there. We'll see. Let's see here. Let's about there. Other one, oh, not too close to the bathroom. Right about there. Then we have our couch and our chair. Of course, this is the master bedroom, so we've got some more space to play with here. Over here. Nice, cozy bedside chair. Bedside tables. Where I like the little ones with the drawers. Full table, side table. There we go. Side table. Thank you. I'm really happy with how this whole build is coming along. It's looking really good. I'm going to put a desk in here because I think I'm going to do one of the rooms downstairs as an office. So I really don't need a desk to be in here. that. I wish that we could make... I wonder if... I've never tried this. We're going to try something. No idea if this works or not. No idea. Right. God, maybe it does. This is going to look really ridiculous, though. No, it's going to look too ridiculous. If not for the head, I would do it. Because we just have bare mattresses. No pun intended. Need something more. Really need something more for our mattresses. So should seriously... something more we could do with those. We should be able to have... like... maybe craft throw blankets or something. Yeah, wake up to a bear in my bed. That'd be fun, right? Well, he's gonna live there because with his head, it's just not gonna look right on the bed. So it's just gonna be the mattresses. That's a shame. I really wish that we could like use the loom to craft throw blankets or something else. It feels like we should be able to do more with some of this stuff than what we can, which can be a little bit frustrating at times. Okay. I think we've got the furniture for this room, so let's go to the next one. We're not gonna do custom beds in every room. There's just no. That takes way too long. Yeah, no. That looks too modern, that striped look. I just wish we had better options for some of these. I feel like in a lot of ways, of missing some fairly critical pieces to a lot of the detailed aspects of the game. There should be more to it, I think. Let's see here. Just. Oh. And I don't think this room should have a big, comfortable armchair. I think it should just have a standard little chair. Some of the things, to an extent, I mean, to another extent, there are going to be a lot of things that are going to look pretty identical. It's hard to get away from that sometimes without doing everything 100% custom. And that really does take a lot of time. So I don't necessarily want to do that. Bed. There we go. Up the design a little bit on some of these. Let's put our chair over here. Just kind of altering the layout of each room a little bit. There is, of course, there are limits to how successful you're going to be in creating differences between the rooms without like going in and creating different colors for all the furniture and everything. Which, to an extent, I think is somewhat unrealistic because they probably would have furnished the entire house at the same time. So a lot of this stuff would have been built out of the same core pieces. Oh, coffee is a wonderful thing. I would not survive without it. Definitely would not. Ooh, you can do a double bed by doing that. It flickers a little in the middle, but I can live with that. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just not. I wish that we had the ability to like craft blankets or rugs other than the one bearskin rug we have. Because I think you should be able to craft polar skin rugs that are actually white from polar bears. But you can't. It's just the one color option that we have, sadly. So we're kind of limited in that regard. I'm hoping that that's something that will change. But I know right now what they're working on is the mounts, so I really, really, really want a horse. So I don't want to complain too much about anything else. I don't want to leave him alone and let him focus on that. They're like, yes, I want that horse. Really want that horse. So just go do that. We'll live with everything else for now. And after we get horses, I'll go back to nitpicking the developers to death, which I think we sometimes do. We kind of go overboard sometimes with some of the things that we all want. I've noticed that a lot of the wish lists are substantial, let's say. Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to do that and have like a heavy white blanket that you could put over the bed. What would be really interesting is if we could dye things different colors. So say you had cotton, make your cotton your thread spools, but then you can change the color of the thread by, I don't know, combining it with tomatoes for red, or actually, if we could use the flowers, that would be great, because that would offer, we could do like yellow, what is it? There's blue flowers, kind of like an orangey flower too. But that would be really neat if we could do that. Right, yeah. Yeah, I know. Red is... He's really, really nice to actually respond to us and answer us nicely, instead of coming back with, you know, I'm working my butt off over here. Could you all just shut up and leave me alone? Because I'm sure sometimes he probably feels that way when we're all like, well, no, I want this now. Why can't you have this? And like right now, everyone's pestering him for an update on the mounts. Like, I would love to know when that's going to happen too. But I'm going to wait nicely. Because it's not like it's going to happen any faster if we keep pestering him. And I would rather that he take his time and have it actually be fully ready to release, instead of trying to rush, satisfy all of us, and then we end up with something that's kind of a little glitched and buggy and not quite ready. Corner this time. I don't think we've done that before. Yeah, I'll bet it gets very frustrating. I felt really bad for him over, when was it? It was the major update with the clothing and all of that he was working on the new weapons. What was it, like December? It was late and everybody was freaking out over it. Oh my gosh, he must have been so frustrated. And yet, he hides it really well. Gotta admit, he hides it really, really well. Because if it was me, I would have been over here going, well, all of you ungrateful little monsters can just be ignored. You can all complain to thin air and I'll give you something when I feel like it. That would be me. And I am definitely going to do the bunk beds upstairs in the kids' rooms. I know they're metal and they don't really look all that great, but I feel like for the kids' rooms, that's okay. Not quite so big of a deal. Let's do, just because, a different bed. Not that one. That's like a cheap, lumpy one. I don't really like the white and black stripes, which is our only other option for bedding. You have the, like you said, the 70s couch look, or you have white and black stripes. Those are your bedding choices. Like, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. Seriously, it doesn't look that great. I'll use it in one room. That is it. We're gonna together. Double bed. Yes, exactly. That's why most developers do kind of tend to ignore their players, because they're like, you know what? You people get really greedy really fast. That's true. That does look pretty good. Ouch. Shelves. Bookshelf near the couch. That makes sense. Table. And it is pouring rain outside, so it's so nice that we're working inside today. And gosh, it is 10 to 11. Don't really know if we're going to get much done on the bunkhouse today. That might end up being its own day. Although the bunkhouse will be fairly simple. But yeah, that's still probably not really going to happen today. We're not even done with the house yet. We're just about finished with one floor of detailing. A lot more to do. Okay, I think we're gonna call that room good. And yeah, I still haven't done the stairs properly. Haven't gotten to that. I need trash can. Trash cans. Either in workbench. Trash can. Yes. Perfect. All right. The benefit of said trash can is that I can just drop things in there to get them out of my inventory. Rid of that. I'm all done with the bathrooms. We can get rid of that. How about that? Those. Get rid of that. And that. One of those. Still done with the bathrooms. Go away. White wood. Oh no, I do want to hold on to that. Get rid of that. The trash cans are really, really handy. That stuff. We're also going to get rid of the couches, because we're definitely not doing couches up here for the kids. These are basically the kids' rooms. and they just don't get stuff that nice. Let's be brutally honest here. They're kids. You're not giving them nice stuff because they're going to break it. All right. Back to our beds. And we're going to go with our bunk bed. Unfortunately, there's no, like, it's metal. It looks metal. That's it. End of story. Do think some of, well, I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of this bed. So we might just do that. Some of the kids can actually have their own room. We'll let them have their own room. You know, some of the non-existent children, we're going to be nice to our non-existent children. Giant piano. Hey, I remember how hard I was on all my stuff when I was a kid. Remember, I was hard on my stuff. Very lucky that I kind of survived as well as it did. Sets of bunk beds here. I was kind of talking about trying to have one room be nursery and another room playroom. It's going to be really hard to make that look accurate because everything in the game is adult sizes. So that's going to be really difficult to pull off. I may leave a room or two empty, kind of for future use, basically. And if I can work out a way to do that, I always kind of come back to it. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's a big house. It's a big house. We got a lot of space here. So these smaller rooms, we're just going to stick one kid in because there's not that much space. That room on the end is bigger. And you know what? That could be like for the really young kids so they can all be together and feel a little bit better, have some company. Can do the bookshelf this wall. Not sure. I might try and still get to the guard shack today though, because I do want to have a guard shack there. There, which one was? Okay, that's two. Right there. Okay. That room. That room. Yeah, this is another one that should just have one. Not that big of a room. Really not. I don't want to cram the kids in too closely together, you know. Oh, yeah. Well, oh, you know, lady, I don't know if you've actually seen the full, kind of the full build or where we're at right now. So, yeah, we've definitely got a really big family, and yeah, you don't want your head on that side. Let's get around. No? And bedside table for you. And that's a good catch, so I should go back and give them another chest. I might try and make that be, might be the nursery. I might try and replace those with something more. Or maybe it's the former nursery. They're old enough to have bunk beds now. Still young enough that it makes more sense to keep them all together. Now I can kind of create, and then of course there's our bathroom. Oh, good. Taking out the water down below didn't actually remove it up here. That's nice. Boy, having water in the tubs be a bit of a challenge. I can. Did I do anything? Not. This would be another one that just has one bed. And I think that the other large room down at the very end of the hallway, I think that will kind of be possibly a playroom. So I'm probably just going to leave it alone. I don't know what to put in it to make it really look like a playroom, because there really isn't anything in this game that really screams kids. So no, there's going to be a whole classroom downstairs. There, I think that's good. Bathroom. I'm wondering if we really need to fill all these rooms, or if we could leave some kind of somewhat blank. Almost like half finished. They're planning to put someone in there. There just isn't any it yet. That, because otherwise they're very much the same. A little bit dull. Actually, it's a lot dull. I really don't want them to all look the same. There. Storage chest in the corner. Yeah, this would be the other larger room. I think I might just leave this blank and see what I can sort of come up with. I'll put a few bookshelves in. See what I might be able to come up with in terms of making it look a little bit more like a playroom instead of another adult's room, because we've got too many that look like that as it is. Way too many. It would be really cool if we had an easier option to change the heights on NPCs so that we can make them be kids. See here. Leave that room empty. Looks like it has storeroom potential. Okay. So, and this basically this is the third floor, which is pretty much the attic in this house. Let's run through our house. Ooh, hard to see much outside. Okay, I have to remember how to clear. No, not that. There we go. Weather clear. Presto. Let's go down to our first floor. So we've pretty much got the top two floors largely detailed. Christmas stuff and old clothes, yep. Our big main window, our main staircase here. So I haven't done the detailing in the rooms down here. This one I'm thinking, though, is going to be like a small schoolroom. So there'll be a bunch of desks and everything in here. And then, I don't know, like a men's smoking room and a women's parlor. Down at this end would be the dining room. Make this into an office. Yes, let's do that real quick. I like that idea. This will be an office. What do we have for an office chair? We don't have anything that I really love. Go with that. And then a desk. Nice. Yeah. Go with that. Okay. This one in the corner here. Be out the window a little bit. Yeah, right there. All right. Then, of course, what office would be complete without being lined with bookshelves? Get in here. Go. And I don't know, I'll put something, maybe have decorative something in the middle. We'll see. Ooh, look good here. B, where are you? There we go. Our bearskin rug. That's a good spot for him. This will be the office. And a room that I haven't decided its purpose yet. And I also haven't really done the downstairs. Actually, look, ooh, the sun's going down. We'll have to fix that. Downstairs to, this is going to be the kitchen, food prep area. These will be food storage rooms once they're complete. And then servants' quarters, men's dormitory with a bathroom at the end, and a women's dormitory with a bathroom at the end. Ooh, a plant. I like that idea. No, I don't want to use the standing lamps because that's too modern for what we're doing overall. Okay. Here's our friendly cow who just, like, will not leave. Like, she got herself down the stairs. Now she's stuck. So she doesn't go anywhere. Just kind of ignore her. Just ignore her. All right. Got the almost completely wraparound porch deck done. Let's fix time of day. That. There we go. And then we've got narrow stairs down the back. And then, of course, over here, that would be the entrance to the kitchen where the cow won't leave. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's go take a look at the stable and see if the sheep is still stuck in the stairs. Because he was there for the longest time. So this gigantic structure is the horse stable, which I haven't fully finished because I'm waiting for the mounts update to see what kind of options we get. Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, we've got a bunch of sheep in here because they just don't leave. So hard to get them out. I thought about trying to do some sort of stall doors, but I really want to wait for the mounts update and see if we get some different door options like stable doors or something like that. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do with that. Yeah. There's our sheep. Just like hanging out. Went up the stairs and then apparently like can't get down. And I can't hit it to try and make it move. Every time I hit it, I lose a plank. It goes straight through the sheep. So, like, okay, well, I guess that we're just going to have that sheep standing there. Guard sheep. I love that. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, love. All right. And then we've got our little corral out here. Again, kind of placeholders waiting for actual gates. We'll see. random. I spawned in a few NPCs to play with, so there's like 3 of them wandering around in various places. The bunkhouse is not really finished. I do plan to put a 3rd floor on it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I also haven't finished putting in the pasture fencing. But this thing is huge, so like it's taking a while. But here's our bunkhouse. This, I don't know, it'll probably be like an office study thing again. It'll be the kitchen area here. I love these swinging saloon doors. They're wonderful. This will be the dining room. We've got a couple of other little rooms. Faster here. There's another one of our NPCs hanging out. And then we have kind of a very general open area here before going upstairs to the bedrooms. The ones along this side are all a little smaller, like for the farm hands, and then the ones on this side are larger, like field supervisors, things like that. But I do plan to put, I need to do another staircase. I'll probably do one at either end, going up to a 3rd floor. Just because this build is so big that we're going to need a lot of farm hands. All right. Well, thank you for stopping in, lady. And yeah, I'll probably try and pop in to see building it for the sheep. Oh, I love that. I'll try and pop into your stream for a while later and check out what you've got going on. But yeah, we've got most of the fields planted. This one's half done. Could not get the stupid sheep out of here. And I'm going to put in another field down there. Just don't quite have enough room. And it looks like the only effective fencing is these 2x2 metal grates. That seems to be the only thing that actually keeps animals out. Which is super annoying, because that really doesn't fit with the theme of what we're doing. So, discovered what works, I just don't like it. Of course, over here we have our nice big bridge. Over there is the workshop and the entrance to the mine. But I think I am going to go ahead and put in the guard station here. I think, not right there. I think here is good. Here is good. I've been meaning to put this guard station in for a while. And yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. It's not going to be terribly elaborate. So it won't take too long, and then we can go back and maybe get a little bit more detailing done on the 1st floor. So let's see. This is a guard station. They definitely don't get marble. Definitely not. Let's see what our stone bricks look like here. Oh, nice. I really do like the bridge. It took a while, but I'm really pleased with how it ended up turning out. Here we need 4. Let's do that one. Looks appropriate. And then let's do a wood floor. That. Let's take our block options here. Want something that looks fairly weathered. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, it was interesting to make, but I do really like it. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with the way that it ended up kind of turning out. Although now that I look at it, yeah, I'm over here. Oh yeah, I'm happy with the way that it ended up turning out. Except for, I just decided there's this other thing. I don't know if this will work or not. I don't know how good it'll look. It's a very abrupt edge. I like that better. Less of an abrupt edge, because I wanted this to be the only bridge across the river. So it's got to be able to hold everything, including like the big dray wagons. So yeah, a ramp is better. Okay. Now, let's see here. Where do we want you to start? About like this. And I don't want it doesn't need to be too big. I mean, I'm not really going to have them actually living here. Have some place that they should be able to stand out of the weather, have space for more than one guard. Little desk spot for them to sit. Yeah. On it, in the middle. It doesn't fit in the middle. Let's do that. That. Better result. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I prefer, well, I guess that'll work. I prefer it to be in the middle of the block, but that does work as well. Okay. And the theory, and this is going to remain a theory because I really don't think that I'm going to actually be building this, but the theory is that, like, we've got the ocean over there, so theoretically, that would be a port and a port town along the ocean there. And then this plantation here would sell a lot of their goods to ship captains would come in to pick up goods and so on. But they don't want, just anybody to be able to get to the plantation. So, have a nice little guard shack here to keep an eye on things. Have a lot of windows. It's going to be very open to be able to see very, very clearly. Kind of all the way around. Just in case. Now. Oh. I'll probably turn my mode off. Sometimes I forget to turn it off. I'll have it on and I just forget about it and leave it on, and then I'm trying to do something and flying through the world. I'm like, what on earth? Ah. That's why, because fly mode is on. Yeah, see, this is why I don't like having the door like that. I'm not going to be able to keep that. Annoy me. Sorry, you don't. You do that. Well, I would have preferred to have it open out, but for simplicity's sake, I can do that, and it'll just open in. Okay. Windows. Definitely need windows. Construction, I always forget that for some reason. Let's do that. A bit simpler. Nice. Kind of a nice accent color, so to speak. Right back up. Oh. Longer window. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Back. Well, let in a lot of light. So that the guards are staying awake, for one thing. See everything that's going on. For another. Okay. Perfect. Now, ooh, a roof. And I do want to keep this pretty simple because, you know, it's a guard shack. Let's just do this. Come on. There we go. Fly mode again. Fly mode is so convenient. Start it off here. As we go. I'm almost tempted to try and make like a bit of a more old style barrier. I thought about the drawbridge, but it's just not wide enough. And I really wanted to have something that was like wide enough to accommodate freight wagons, basically, was what I was going for. So there was just no way that that was really going to work out with the drawbridge. As cool as it is, drawbridge, the sizing is just really more for a footpath than it is for an actual bridge, basically. We're just going to make this really simple. And we're going to go ahead and put a flat roof on. Because, let's see, how tall would that be? That'd be 6. I think that'll be fine. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. This is supposed to be super simple. I wanted to have a guard post here, but I'm not worried about it being terribly elaborate or detailed. I just want a guard post. Let's see. Now we need a desk and a chair. A couple of chairs, actually. They're not going to be as nice as the ones we're putting in the main house. Obviously, really. I don't want them to be crap either, though. Let's do that. That looks good. And then seating. That. Okay. So, turn it around. Yeah. I wish you could resize, again, you know, really nice to be able to resize everything in the game, because then you could resize that drawbridge to be an appropriate size, which at the moment, can't do. All right. Couple of chairs. Tossing a lamp over the desk. Pretty Spartan. Basic, but kind of what it's supposed to be. So, fine. And now we actually have a guard shack there. Okay. We'll think about that barrier. Think about that. I might come back to it. All right. Get past our little workshop here. I do like the way that this turned out. Very happy with the mine. Or I shouldn't say the mine. This is just a mine entrance. It's not actually a mine because I didn't go any further than that area right down there. But I am still happy with it. And of course the double doors work pretty well. All right. Let's go do first floor. A little bit of a detour there. All right, so we got office done. Real quick. We'll take this up later. But at the moment, I think we kind of need to have that. Get rid of some stuff we don't need here. Very handy to have that and be able to just toss things out. Like, okay, we're done with you. Goodbye. Really need to keep it either. Yeah, I think that's good. Hold on to the rest of that. Throw those out. All right. Throat is starting to bother me. Not good. All right. So, let's do up the decoration in here, kind of. Let's see. Let's take a look at our options here. Decoration. Ooh. That vase is actually pretty nice. I just wish we had other options for it. Like, that's it. You have that. And that's it. Potted plants. I don't know about these. No. Those are huge. Those are really huge. So I don't really want to do that inside. No. Those are nice, but you really need someplace to put them. Let's do all of these for kind of the guys' rooms. I already have some bearskin rugs. I think we're probably good on those. All right. So let's do that right there. And then these up on the wall are not straight. That looks straight. That up there. And let's go. This will probably be kind of the, I don't know, the men's smoking room or what have you. Big one up there. But another small one over here. Yeah. That. Okay. What else in here? Furniture. I think armchairs instead of couches. I don't think couches would be appropriate in here. And I think we'll go with black. That. Let's see. Smaller, more corner tables. Not really corner like that, but have black furniture, so I don't really want to go with anything else too terribly dark. That's nice, but it's really dark. That. Now let's do that. And then what else? Do that round one. Do a couple of those. It's also time to fix the day already. It goes by so fast in this game. Alrighty. Let's do these in the corners. Have some place to put their drinks and their cigars, right? And I don't think I'm going to actually do seating right up against the end walls there. I think I'm going to leave those empty. I don't know if I can sort of manage to maybe get in something that looks like a dartboard. Like that. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Do it. See what I can come up with. But, I mean, I definitely want more more things in the room to make it look a little bit more like a guy's room. Look a little bit more masculine. Around and chat. Not really much in the way of decoration in this room. I don't think that's really needed or appropriate. Over here, this would be like the ladies' room. So I'm going to want that back. We'll do that. That. But let's do that. 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 Seating, of course. Have couches in here. We're not going to do black. We'll kind of go back to the nice white. Have a very bright look in here, basically. So, first off, let's go put the corners. Not supposed to go through the. They don't like. They don't fit perfectly. Unfortunately. It really is a shame. No, never mind. I don't want these in. Changed my mind. We're not going to do those. We're going to just do these. Those. Corners. And in this case, we are going to have things up against the end of the room here. Not put the couch there. There. There, and then we that'll work. Same thing. Yep. Ouch. That here. One. Right here. Now we want the flowers. Now we want those little flowers. So, not the big ones. That's nice. That's like a marble look. That is too. What else do we have here? A little bit bigger? Exactly how big? Check that out. Ooh, these. Let's do a couple of these. We're gonna need some more tables, obviously. But, okay. Start at these ones in the corner. Up. I'm gonna vary it a little bit. Possibly a lot. Don't want it to be bad. Do the larger ones kind of towards the inside. How big is you? At all. That works. That works. So we'll do the smaller ones along the outside. Larger ones on the inside. So we'll put Okay. R. That one that I want. There we go. It. Okay, now let's figure out, these are going to be larger, more like coffee style tables. Down. And I don't think we're going to be able to fit any more couches. But so that'll sit on top of it. No, I think floor piece. It is. Much more of a floor piece. So we'll take this out. That down. And it's a shame that we can't have a variety of textures on that, but we'll live with that. Okay, now it's a shame that we can't have, I'm thinking of like sewing kits or basket of yarn, you know, things that would be common to see if you walked into like an old style women's parlor. Sonar? It's not. That's not actually how it's pronounced. I can never remember how to pronounce that word, but in medieval times it was like the women's quarters, kind of. So you could expect to see like tapestry work or embroidery work, things like that. Walked in. And I'd love to be able to really replicate that. But it's tricky. Because a lot of those really little decorative things, that's all stuff that we just don't have in the game. So, I'm kind of stuck with things the way they are. But that looks, in terms of contrast, I like the contrast between like the women's room and the men's room. This is very bright, very open, airy. This looks a little bit darker, not as decorated. So I think it's a pretty good contrast. Now, here, get rid of some of this stuff. I've got too much with me again. Then we're going to do the little students' room, school thing. Classroom. That's what I'm looking for. Classroom. That's the word. All right. Go take a peek. Now we've got plenty of space here. We're going to have trying to decide like which way should the desks face, because you'd want all the students to be able to actually see the teacher. So they should all face either to that side or that side, unless I do half the room with like desks and chairs, and then the other half almost like longer workbenches. Say if there was, I don't know, a hands-on practical lesson that was being taught, you could kind of do it either way. Maybe I will do it that way. Maybe I will. And then so the desks would face the teacher up against the wall. So back to tables. The teacher will actually have a desk, and that is ID 2. Students not have quite that same thing. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? That and that. a more cream color for that. Yeah. Okay, I think that should work. So first off, teacher's desk down. Presumably, being a teacher in these times would be much less dangerous than nowadays. Move it a little bit further back towards the wall. A lot of space going on here. Yeah. Let's change that. Let's change that. It's around again. Let's see, how far back could we really come? Back to there. Bad? Okay. Now, I want to have students be able to walk behind benches to get to the desk. Reasonable to leave them enough space for that. Sort of. It's going to be a bit of a tight fit. But that's okay. There. One there. And I think another 2 here. Because we probably won't have too many. Have a few students. Like, families back in these times were pretty big. But probably not too many. Let's take the bench away. Then we're going to use the same chair, or the same tables. Kind of one under each window. It would be really nice if you guys would just snap together. Those enter works on these. No, it does not. All right. Like that. That works out okay. That. Yeah. So we have a practical area to work on something as well. Now the other thing that I want is a blackboard. So for that, go look at the plaster, and we are looking for 204. Ink 104. Excellent. Now, have this be right behind the teacher's desk. And it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty big. Rotate that. Not that way. Silly me. There we go. Okay. Now let's stretch that out. That's pretty good size. I like that. Yeah. Now, have back to my saw bench. Yeah, I think planks would be better than beams for this. Take a look at our available options here. We'll do that. We'll do that. I want you to be just as long. Just as long. Just not anywhere near depth. Oh. Really? That fussy? Not quite. There we go. Now, right along there. That worked. Go a little that way. Good? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Not bad. Now, of course, we need bookcases. Because no classroom would actually be complete without bookcases. Oh. That wall. Actually, we'll say they just worked down the middle of this, so no. Not. Alright, we're just going to stick with the 2. So, that'll be fine. Okay. Then, more lighting. Really haven't done enough with lighting. That. Here. Lighting over here. Here. There we go. Approximately. All right. There is our classroom. Not bad. Not bad. That's probably sufficient given the potential number of children that could be here. Now we have a dining room that needs to be addressed. And I think it's... Whoop, hang on. Get rid of some stuff first. That. The shelf. Not sure we're done with the shelf. I feel we might be Okay. I also feel it's time of day. There we go. Nice and bright. All right. So we're getting close to the end of today's stream. I'm going to put furniture down in the dining room. And then we are going to go ahead and call it a day. So... yeah. It's a nice shade, nice texture, but I think it's kind of overkill for this. This is nice. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe we should go with that. Good. No, I don't want to. That's just too, it's too over the top. Let's go with that. Go with that. Then, that was 8 that we just did. So we're going to do our chairs out of that as well. And I'm not going to go over the top and do the giant throne. Everybody's going to have a chair. That's it. So, let's do one long dining room table here. Really wish these would snap together. Here. Except that doesn't really look quite right. I think we need to actually merge these. As we go down. Oh. There. And of course, remember, we've got a pretty big family, so we're going to have a pretty big dining room table if we want them all to sit down and eat together. I don't know if it really causes a whole lot of problems if you're overlapping furniture like this. I hope it doesn't. Now, granted, I could have just custom built the dining room table. And I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe that'd be a lot easier. A lot easier. But we've already got so many pieces down, I'm not going to restart now. And I'm definitely not custom building all the chairs. That's not going to happen. The kitchen's going to have a lot of customization in it. Just because there's not really much in game in terms of like really good kitchen items. So I'm going to have to do a lot of customizing for that. And when I'm doing a lot of custom work, I really prefer to do small things instead of kind of doing a lot of, you know, having the whole build be 100% custom. That's so much work. And I have so much respect for people who do that, but oh my god, I couldn't. All right, there is our dining room table. Have chairs on this end. We're going to leave some space in between. And this really would have looked better if I'd done it custom. I know. But I didn't, so it is what it is. We're going to leave some space between the chairs so that presumably could have, you know, dishes be laid out on the table. They would have, you know, their own dishes, drinks, etc. This way there's enough space for that. Then I'm going to test something. I'm pretty sure that I already know that I can't do that. Maybe I can. The ceiling's big enough that I can. Okay. But I don't want to use that color. Let's not. Yeah. No. We need the workbench. Lights. All the way down at the bottom is the chandelier. I don't want to do gold. I think that's really over the top. Let's do the more grayish metal one. That looks a little bit more realistic in a way. Grab the grid. Just so that... Okay. That's centered. There we go. Now, if we come here, yep. And if we go all the way down on this side as well. There we go. Oh, that looks lovely. I really, really do like the chandeliers. That is something really, really cool that Red gave us. So, I'm turn the grid off now. That away. And that. Kind of wondering what else should go in here. I don't have any immediate ideas. Yeah, I really don't have any immediate ideas. Now, do center for this, but so kind of like putting just basically serving platters in the middle of the table here. Oh, a little tricky to keep them lined up. Oh. And we can also shrink that back down. Bit of a more reasonable size here. Okay. I sink that into the table a little bit. I think it looks more like an actual, you know, dinner plate instead of the giant serving thing. So I'm gonna set it up like table's just been set for dinner. Of course, the utensils, I'm not trying that. I'm just not. That's a bit too complicated for me. At some point, I can learn, practice on that a bit. But then again, I'm pretty sure that there was something, some point in time, Red is planning on a more complex cooking system. So, theoretically, you can just hold off and wait until he puts that in. I think we're supposed to get baking and stuff like that. So maybe at that point in time, he will also include some more like utensils and things like that. All right. I think it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. I think we got a lot done. I am going to come back and work on window trim because it's really difficult. Really time consuming. So that's something that I think it's just better done off camera. Just because I really don't think that anybody's going to be super thrilled to watch an entire 3-hour live stream of me running around the house putting in trim. I don't see that as being a really huge draw. But I will work on that so that we can have a little bit more realism. I think that'll look good. And I really thought that it looked great. Why am I not seeing this come out the other side? I really thought that it looked great when... When Radio Man did it. The trim that he put in just made the house look so much different. So, definitely going to work on that. See if I can get that done. There we go. That's coming out the other side. That's a little bit better. Yeah. There we go. I don't know what was going on downstairs. Maybe once you put glass in them, stuff doesn't go through it? I don't know. Very interesting. But yeah. Alright, guys. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me and watching, commenting, sharing ideas. That's absolutely wonderful. And I will see you all next Sunday. Have a great week, everyone.